it's SimplyDuckDesigns here. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be doing another Q&A. I was going to do this monthly, but I'm so bad with keeping up with these, so I'm just going to do them whenever I can. I really do like doing Q&As, but I feel like when I'm doing them, I should be doing something else, like making a DIY or something. But I can't think like that because these videos are just as important. So before we get into this, some of you guys' questions may not get answered because I'm trying to avoid the typical questions. There are a lot of repeat questions that I get pretty much every single time I put up a Q&A, so I'm very sorry if you asked one of those and I didn't answer. It's nothing personal, it's just that I've answered them previously. So I just wanted to clear that up for you guys. Also, if you guys are new to my channel, hi, my name is Rachel. If you guys would subscribe to my channel, I would greatly appreciate it. I would love to have you here. If you see me looking down a lot, it's because I'm looking at the questions on Instagram. Also, I get a lot of questions when I show this on video where I got my case. I actually got this at Dollar General like 2 years ago. So I actually got a lot of questions about homeschooling this time, which I thought was kind of strange just because I'm not in school anymore. In case you guys are new to my channel, a lot of people tend to think I'm like 14. No, I am 19. I'm going to be 20 in October 2nd, so be sure to bake me a cake, you know, double chocolate. But I have no problem talking about my homeschooling experience, so I'm just going to answer you guys' questions about that. The first question I got was, did you choose to be homeschooled or did your parents? My parents chose to homeschool me and my brother, so no, it was not an option. But what is your favorite cereal? I have a lot of favorite cereals because I actually love cereal. I don't like to have it for breakfast though. I like to eat it at night for a snack. But I think my favorite is Lucky Charms or Fruit Loops. Fruit Loops with the marshmallows. What was your favorite thing about homeschooling? My favorite thing about homeschooling was probably the fact that I did get to spend a lot of family time. You know, when you go to public school, you're probably really busy, and of course you're away from home, so you don't get to spend as much time with your family as you'd probably like. So I really did like that about homeschooling. Did you have any trouble at school before you were homeschooled? No, I've never been to a public school. I've been homeschooled as long as I was in school, but my mom always says that if I went to public school, I would get in trouble for punching a kid that picked on another kid, and then she'd probably homeschool me anyway. Do you like homeschool? Well, as I said in the beginning of this video, I'm out of high school now, but I did like homeschooling. I will be completely honest, I am not a school person. I did not enjoy school itself. So it's not necessarily homeschooling that I didn't like. I wouldn't have liked going to public school either. I am dyslexic, which means it took me longer to read than other people, which made school really, really hard on me. But I did get through it, which was great. But I did like homeschooling because, like I said, I got to spend more time with family. One of the best things about homeschooling is you could do your schoolwork in pajamas, which that is one of the very rare stereotypes about homeschoolers that is 100% true, because who's not going to do their schoolwork in pajamas if they could? What colleges would you like to go to and why? This is actually kind of a sensitive question for one reason and one reason only. I've answered questions similar to these before, and I'm always afraid I'll get negative comments about it, but if I do, it just happens, whatever, everybody has their own opinion. But I am not interested in going to college right now. That's the key words though, right now. There might be one day where I find something that I really want to do that requires college, and then I will go. But as of right now, what I really want to do with my life is YouTube. I really enjoy doing this. This is my job currently, and I want it to remain my job. And I don't really need to go to college for that. Like I said, school's just not for me. However, I do not suggest that you not go to school. You have to make the decision of what works for you. I get a lot of people telling me that I should go to college and I should do this and I should do that, but not everything works for everybody. You know, we're all our own person and we all have different thoughts and feelings, and we all have different challenges and things we're good at, and that's just my opinion. Why put myself through something right now that I don't need to put myself through? But in the future, like I said, if there's something that I really want to do that requires school, I will go to school. But if I went to school, I'd probably just go to the community college in my town, because it's really, you know, going to a big college, that's not me. I don't need that. The next question is, do you prefer YouTube or Instagram? Hands down, I prefer YouTube. I do like Instagram and I find myself scrolling through it all the time, but I'm really bad at uploading to Instagram because I always feel like my pictures look really bad and I'm terrible at trying to do a theme, and it's not easy for me. How tall are you? I am unfortunately 5'3", although it's possible I might be 5'3.5", now I have to check. But most likely I'm just 5'3". What is your best tip for a great channel? The best tip for a great channel is to just be yourself and have fun. I know that sounds really cliche, but it's true. The better you are at being yourself and being relaxed in front of the camera, the more people will be drawn to you. People won't like when you're being really fake and trying to be something you're not. And if you're not having fun, that's also going to show through in your videos. So just have fun and be yourself, whether you're serious or goofy and silly, just do you. What's your favorite thing to journal about? I just like to journal about my everyday life. You know, if I have problems, I'll journal about it, but mostly I like to journal about like positive things that are going on in my life. So if I went to church, I'll journal about that. If something good happened to me, like a good experience, or I got, you know, good opportunity to do something, I'll journal about those type of things. I just like to capture like really good memories and how I felt when I experienced them. How many kids do you want and what would be their names? I don't even know if I want kids, and right now I'm single, so I'm not gonna be having kids anytime soon. However, I do have a really big crush on 8-Bit Ryan here on YouTube, so maybe he's willing to be my boyfriend. Hit him up. No, I'm just kidding, do not do that. But if I do decide that I want kids, I think I would want 2, and I have so many names picked out for the kids that I might not even have. I actually have a whole list of names that I want to name future children if I have any. Let me look up some of my favorites. So I think my favorites so far are Axel James, Patrick John, Darcy Mark, Philip Jack, Raylan Drake. Those are all for boys, by the way. And for girls, I like Mallory Ann, Catherine Daphne, and I also really like the name Lonnie with an I. But obviously I'm not gonna have all those kids just to name them those names because wow, that would be a lot. The next question is, how did you get your name? I don't know if you're talking about my username or my actual name, so I'll give you the answer to both. What inspired me to name my channel SimplyDuckDesigns was actually I was watching an episode of The Sweet Life of Zach and Cody where London started Simply London. I'm like, oh, Simply sounds pretty and nice and elegant, and then it just kind of like I'm duct taping and I'm putting designs on wallets, so SimplyDuckDesigns. As for my name, my parents had 2 names picked out for me, one if I was a boy and one if I was a girl. If I was a boy, my name would have been Derek Anthony, I believe. But if I were a girl, it was always going to be Rachel Rebecca or possibly Rebecca Rachel. Did you ever think about leaving YouTube and why? I don't think I ever have. There have been times where I've thought about taking a short break, and I think I had a few years back, but I've never thought about actually leaving because it really is a passion of mine. Have you ever thought about quitting taping / crafting? If so, how did you get back into it? Love you so much. I love you too. There have been several times where I have not necessarily thought about quitting duct taping, but I've thought about being not so serious about it because duct taping is something that you can get very burnt out of, and I do struggle with that because of what I chose to do my channel on. I love this channel and I love what I do on it, but however, you're limited to what you can do with duct tape, unfortunately. There's not an unlimited amount of things you can do, and it's kind of hard to get creative with it sometimes. So sometimes I can get a little burnt out, and how I get back into it is I just kind of take some time off from taping and I will just try to focus on videos, you know, similar to this one. Try to make videos that don't necessarily involve duct taping completely, like do a collection video instead of, you know, making something out of it. I just try to take a little tiny break, and then usually I'm kind of back into it and ready to do it again. And the last question is, what started your love for the Beatles? I began to be obsessed with the Beatles a long time ago. It's been a long time now. But I think the first time that I really started to get obsessed with them was, I think my brother was playing a CD of theirs in the car. I don't remember which one it was now, but it was one of their CDs. But I just started asking a whole bunch of questions about them, and my brother was giving me all the information, and I just went home and fell in love with them. I was like Googling them all day, looking them up on YouTube, asking people to print pictures of them all for me, buying shirts, buying posters, and I still love the Beatles so much. To me, my top favorite bands of all time are the Beatles and the Beastie Boys. 2 very different bands, but I love them with all my heart. And that is it. I hope you guys enjoyed today's Q&A. If you did, definitely give it a thumbs up. I really appreciate it, especially if you want more of these. I do really enjoy sitting down and just kind of being myself and not taking things so seriously like in a DIY video. If you guys haven't, definitely make sure to check out the description below. That will take you to all of my social media accounts as well as my vlog channel if you want to check that out. I also have a new vlog up, which I will link at the end of this video. And yeah, I will talk to you guys in the next one. Bye!